Okay. The button that starts the cube is the button I hit there. So.
Oh.
Well, not yet. That's coming soon.
Okay.
But yeah, doing a late night. This isn't that late, is it?
It's like 10-ish.
It's late-ish.
It's fine.
Anyway, you're doing a cube. Mike's here.
Hey.
Yeah. That about covers it. So.
Yeah. We have done the introduction.
Good. Now we just have to do the finding which cube is the correct cube.
AKA peanut butter.
Watsy.
Razzi vendor Rich M.
Okay.
I kind of feel like he's not actually a member of WotC,
Could be.
but we can believe that, so that way if we beat him, we can feel really good about ourselves.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, so if you haven't seen, they changed the cube up to get rid of all the like crappy vampires. And...
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Because like, all right, playing the black stuff was good, but I never wanted to.
Right, and then there was just a bunch of cards that were bad in your packs.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a lot happier if the bad cards in the packs are like reanimator spells I'm not casting.
Hey, Jace.
Hey, how's it going? If the black spells that I'm not casting are like reanimator spells or creatures that are like decent on their own rather than like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, how you doing, Jace?
Yeah, we'll just play Jace. Reveler could probably table.
Technically not the planeswalker with the most text in the pack.
How terrifying is that?
Technically.
Okay, so what do we want to come around?
Honestly, Mind Stone would be freaking cool. Revelark would be cool. Fire Ice would be cool. Wrath would be cool.
I feel like most of those things are begun. For some reason, every time I've seen the Legacy Cube, Revelark tables every time. And I don't know why, because that card's amazing.
It is. Anyway, I'm going to drag Jace down here to make sure a bug doesn't occur.
Right?
So, I've been told that is the fix. Quote
Just
unquote.
drag it at the end.
So, alright. So we picked Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
Hey, Ugin.
Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Gilded Lotus, Pact of Negation.
Pact of Negation's sweet.
Yeah, Belor is cool if we were much heavier green, but it's pick 2, so yeah.
Heavy green.
Well, like it searches for a non-legendary green creature.
Oh, okay.
So like,
I like Ugin.
Yeah, like we can set up.
Yeah, we can just play Blue Super Friends.
Yeah, we can set up the plot of the most recent set where Jace and Ugin talk to each other, and that's the plot.
Hey, all right, plot.
Yeah. Other cards in here I like a lot. I have a It's not Karn. Ugin is not Karn, but Ugin's pretty dang close to Karn. Like
He's close.
I mean, the big thing is that Ugin, when Ugin comes down, will remove a much larger set of threats than Karn will. Karn will remove one thing.
That's very true. I kind of want to see that Pact of Negation on the wheel.
That'd be nice.
I doubt it, but hey, Brainstorm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Brainstorm the pick here? Thran Dynamo's also legit.
Yeah, and honestly, I really like Thran Dynamo for getting Ugin.
Right, that's an Ugin card immediately. Like, so Thran Dynamo versus Brainstorm versus, like, Spellskite and Riftwing Cloudskate are both playable cards. Inquisition's very good. The red in here is good. Xenagos, like, we're in the cube, so every card in here is actually, I can just say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Honestly, I kind of on the wheel. I kind of, if we end up being in green, the Predator would be a really sweet card to have come around.
Ooh, that would be. Hell, Baloth would be fine too.
Right.
I kind of like the idea of picking up, like, Thran Dynamo interacts so well here. You know, that's
right.
the big thing.
And this cabinet has said, "Why pick Brainstorm when we already have infinite Brainstorms?"
That's true. We already do get brainstorms off of Jace. So
Those are sorcery Brainstorms. This is an instant Brainstorm.
true. We get Impulse, which is not something that Jace does. There's Karmic Guide hanging around. There's not a whole else lot that sticks out to me.
I say. Oh wait, all right. Am I thinking of the right thing? Isn't Karmic Guide used in one of the combos for Revelark?
It is because it can return Revelark from grave because it's a 2-power creature, so it brings Revelark back.
Right.
However, like more importantly, like Green Ramp, Impulse are both going to be like Impulse is probably the blue card here, of course.
Right. We could go Impulse.
I've done enough Karmic Guide Revelark things where I'm willing to just kind of let it slide for the moment.
Fair.
Like I wanna kind
I
of
suppose that doesn't put us in another color yet, then. So.
right. I'm willing to just kind of let it pass for now.
Well, all of the fixing is in this pack.
Yeah, so we have blue-white fixing, blue-black fixing, blue-red fixing. Bonfire of the Damned is probably the most powerful cards.
Right.
Um,
We could go. Is it?
the fetch is the most non-committal. Because
That's true.
I mean, the fetch, even if we are only playing like blue, the fetch functions with the brainstorm.
Right. Yeah, I'm cool grabbing the fetch. The only other thing I would say, yeah, is probably the bonfire. And that's just because it goes really good with like Thran Dynamo and Jace and yeah.
Because I can put it back on top of my deck. You know what?
Right.
That's enough. Sure.
Okay.
I'm willing to do that. Blue-red isn't something I draft often, and is cool.
Also, there's some red cards for you. Mana War.
Yeah, Mana War is probably the most, like, just generically good here. If I picked up the blue-black... Oh, Shadow Mage could be something if I wanted to go in on black.
Yep.
Incinerate is just burn. Mana War is... Mana War. Bounce.
But this will be the time that we don't lose playing blue-red.
I actually don't think you're correct. No, we don't lose each time we play blue-red. It's something like 50-50.
Yeah.
The next one we lose really hard, but...
I'm more of a fan of Incinerate than the Mana War.
Okay.
Just because we usually grab Mana War, but we hardly ever have, like, Incinerate.
Well, how about this? Who needs creatures to win the game?
Yeah, we got Planeswalkers for that.
Speaking of creatures to win the game with.
Yeah.
This is probably a fine one. Reappeal is also very good. Chandra's also, like, playable.
I like how we're, like, looking at all these, like, creatures and, like, yeah, this Planeswalker's passable.
Old Chandra is not very powerful.
I know. It's just funny. Because
I
they,
know.
like, wanted to design these things to be, like, the end-all.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, out of all 5 of the base Planeswalkers are, you know, like, decent. None of them are amazing. None of them are terrible. They're all just,
Right.
they all just are. Thassa.
Also, and gifts.
Yeah, also Crater's Claws. Thassa could function.
Yeah, just making stuff unblockable is pretty sweet.
We don't have creatures, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay, then mostly, like, getting a creature is pretty sweet.
Right. I guess.
Especially when we have, like, Jace and Dungeon Geist for Devotion.
Right, it's not like we need creatures for the Devotion for Thassa. I already have an X red spell, or else I'd be a lot more caring about that. Revelark's still here, huh?
Yeah, totally called that one.
Uh-huh. Am I supposed to pick Flame Slash over the Revelark?
I think you are.
Am I going to do that?
Probably not.
Like...
Flame Slash is a good card. I feel like at this point though, nobody's going to actually use Revelark, and we're probably going to be going into red. I know. I know.
I'm picking the Revelark.
Okay.
I can't not do it.
You get a Gilded Lotus.
Porcelain Legionnaire, Gitaxian Probe. Probes probably play it fine. All these cards are fine.
Yeah, they're all good.
Do I want early creature? Do I even care about early creature?
I don't think we do. I mean, we care about the fact that we have 2 creatures. Well, technically 3, but...
Ooh. There's that Trigon Predator back, too, that you said.
Nice.
Firebolt is a double removal spell.
Right.
There's the Karmic Guide to go ahead
and... Nice!
I'm happy about that.
Nice. These are some actually really solid wheels.
Yeah, okay. So, alright. Just you know...
Plan B.
Plan B. Plan B. Plan B. I didn't need to pick the Karmic Guide the first time. I just table it.
Because that's fair.
Right.
So if we play against the dude that just took all of those sweet black cards and we just side into our white deck.
That sounds fine to me. Core Skyfisher under the cut. In here, in colors...
Inferno Titan. Into the Royal.
Yeah, Inferno Titan is a top end for our deck. Into the Royal is a... into the well, it's
into the Royal's good.
Yeah, we passed on Repeal earlier. Irish Shaman and Chasm Skulker are both like okay.
There's an Arid Mesa fetch land.
Okay, that would get us a fetch for Jace too that we don't have.
Right. I'm partial to the Inferno Titan. I kind of want us to have like a top end creature, but I also feel like Inferno Titan might table.
Do we need? I would say, do we need like the big thing about Inferno Titan is, like, if it's our only creature, it's gonna eat the first removal spell they're holding every time, right?
Right.
Is that still worth it, or I'm gonna go with the fetch.
Okay, like I said, I kind of like usually red is pretty open enough that like stuff like that'll table. Greatest Gargadon.
There's an upheaval here. I know. There's a greatest Gargadon too, but there's an upheaval.
There's also an upheaval. There's also a Geist of Saint Traff.
Yeah, that's good too. Also, like Koth. Koth would probably actually be completely fine in here.
Mm-hmm.
Look. I mean, upheaval is crazy.
We could take Slaughter Pact and die.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Phyrexian Revoker solid.
Always, yeah, like always fine. I'm kind of looking towards playing a deck that's like really creature light, honestly.
I'm cool with that.
Like I upheaval with Gargadon suspended. You know?
We get to debate between Gargadon, Koth, and Geist.
Yeah.
That's also a very good point. Yeah, Gargadon will probably table. Nobody respects that guy as much as we do.
Right, it's us. Koth probably goes before Gargadon to the red player, because Koth is probably more important to the red player. Forbid, Venser, Batterskull. Wow, Batterskull's like a win con for a deck that's creatureless.
It really is.
Right? Like... I mean, if your deck contains no creatures, that's a good way to win. Also, Thran Dynamo casts it for very free.
Right, yeah. Batterskull, I think, is definitely the pick, because it's between, like, that and, like, Goblin Guide, which our deck just isn't... Alright, there is Venser.
Like, Venser and Forbid are the two powerful cards here. Like... I'm behind Batterskull here. Like, even though I know we passed up Mana War, but I don't feel too bad about like passing Venser here as well. Well, the big thing I want to find is some like a bit more playable blue things, like as far as counters go.
Yeah,
we don't have much of that along the way. Like maybe like, but the thing, but it's Batterskull. Like
right, because so if it doesn't get countered, we're just gonna like they can blow it up all they want, or because we're just gonna bounce it.
Right, they can try to blow it up all they want.
Pestermite's a thing. Dismiss is a thing.
I think Dismiss is the counterspell that just does.
Mishra's Factory for our creatureless deck.
And Char's fine too.
Char's really good.
Yeah.
Cancel with upside. But there's been so many blue-black hybrid cards. There's been the spy mate or the infiltrator, Psychotog.
Like the blue-black multicolor cards that we've been seeing going around. Yeah. Well, yeah, Forbid as like a cancel with upside is a bit underselling Forbid. Forbid is kind of, I don't know, it's really easy to win the game when you just have Forbid up with 6 cards in hand or something like that. It's so dumb.
Hey, I just realized that we just drafted whatchamacallit. Why can't I think of its name? Go on with what you're thinking. I'll think of it later.
Cryptic Command?
Yeah, Cryptic Command, but it costs 2 blue instead of 3.
Right, it's counter draw. it's Cryptic Command without all the modes. What the hell do I want out of this pack? Like Sarkhan?
Yeah, like Sarkhan. But we need a red Planeswalker.
Did this not? Can you? Okay. Like, I mean, look at everything else in this. Like opposition versus like when we have no creatures. Imperial Recruiter with nothing to tutor.
Honestly, if Sarkhan wasn't here, I would just like probably grab like I don't even know.
Garrick Wildspeaker, maybe like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hate on the creature removal, but we don't care about creature removal.
Good God, blue-red is just gone.
You grab an active aggression.
That is not a card I want to actually be casting, though. Like, that's a card I want to use to try to win a combat where it looks like it's even, or... Like, it's a fine card, it's just... I don't know. Master of Waves is also probably not what I want. Like, what...
Yeah.
What devotion do I have? Like, what permanence?
We could just take the Temple of Abandon if we ever need to splash green. Or the Brush Land, either one.
That's probably not the worst idea. Yeah, let's go with the Temple in case we... Elvish Mystic also would be, like, maybe fine if I wanted to like move into green ramp, but I don't think Master of Waves is any good in the deck we're building here. I don't
think so either.
Also, like, our entire colors are just kind of gone now. Like, I've been completely and utterly owned for my choices.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pack. It's red is basically gone, blue is basically gone, so we need to move, and we need to move now. Where do we want to move? We can move into white with Mirren Crusader, but that's...
I mean, we already have white.
Right, we could also move green with Mystic Snake. Black with Murderous Cut.
Black has been super wide open.
Okay, let's try the black side of this. Just see if that is any better assistance to what's going on. Okay.
Dragon Fodder's like a Prophetic Bolt.
Prophetic Bolt is nice. So is Legacy's Allure. I'm not picking Twin. I'm gonna pick Twin to copy my Dungeon Geists. I think it's Legacy's Allure here.
Okay. Yeah, because if we end up having to move out of a color, like we're not going to want the Prophetic Bolt.
Yeah. Like, well, I think we still would be fine with the Prophetic Bolt, but yeah, and see, look, all gone.
Yep.
And this pack was, if my memory serves, pretty good for us, wasn't it? Like, wow, I don't even know what I care.
This was our original pack, or no, this is pack 2.
This is pack 1. This is our original pack back because Geddon was in the original pack.
Okay. I would honestly say the Dormiri's, just because we have a dual land for that, or actually Stomp Power's the pick.
I would say, but this wants us to have creatures in all of its abilities, which we.
But I know the next pack had a lot of green red.
whatever.
sweet.
We get Gargadon back.
We get the Gargadon.
I want Gargadon before I want Koth here. Reclamation Sage is basically another copy of Indrik Stomphowler, so let's put that up here.
I mean, it's entirely possible that some of those packs just didn't have our colors.
Could be, but we're getting... Anyway, Stormkirk Noble over Goblin Guide, because Stormkirk Noble... Like, these are both aggressive cards, and our deck isn't quite aggressive, so, like, we want the one that scales better, I think?
Yeah, alright.
This is really weird for me, because this is, like, almost obviously the better card, but... Whatever.
Yeah, I like the Noble.
Char, alright. Okay.
But there just must not have been red cards, because otherwise the Char would not be in here.
I'm gonna grab the Rootbound...
Either one of them are fine.
Right, we already have, I would rather splash green, maybe. Let's just see if that works. There's Active Aggression, and we have Relic Ward.
Alright, those packs just must not have had red or blue.
I don't know, like, I think blue for certain got cut, because we just got a bunch of red at the end.
Alright, that's true. Alright, we can definitely stay in red, though.
Yeah. Well, there's Nicol Bolas.
Alright, Nicol Bolas of table.
Okay.
He's tricolor at like 8 mana.
I know. Looking at our colors, I'm not impressed.
You get the negate. You get a stagger shock.
Like, neither of those sound entirely great. I don't know.
How many instants do we have for the Pyromancer?
Young Pyromancer actually seems maybe good here. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, that could be what's going on.
That'll give us our dudes that don't cost us anything.
That's fair. We have one Ponder effect. We have a Get Probe. Let's
and then on the wheel, like we can grab the Bolus at that point. We have the splash probably to make it happen.
Right. It's double black on the splash.
Which is kind of sad because we've already passed like all of the black fetches and.
Well, yeah, Bloodstained Mire's even right there. God, can we get some fixing in like the form of a steam vent? There's a steam vent.
Hey, let's just get a steam vent.
Is that better than Snapcaster Mage?
Yeah, probably. Honestly, I was more looking at the Bitter Blossom.
Ha! That's fair. Like, I was literally looking at the steam vents and then, like, looked to my left and saw Snapcaster, and I'm just like,
Because honestly, like, I putting in one swamp and a Bitter Blossom at the same level as a dual land in my colors.
That's fair. Let's try to make this deck at least able to cast something. I like how my sideboard has all 3 other colors I could probably just have, like, splashed no matter what I wanted. Like,
right?
Like, cool, like the white splash of Reveillark Karmic Guide or whatever, or... I'm not greedy enough to try to...
Table events.
Try to table steam vents. Absolutely not. I am not. I need the fixing, and this is, like, the first actual piece I've seen. Keranos Vendilion Click. Huh. You think I could, like, take the bet that the multicolored card tables? Is that what this sounds like?
Honestly, for how much red, like, stuff like Char and stuff has been going around, nobody else is in red-blue.
Right. So I think, like, that makes Vendilion Click the more powerful option there. And as far, like, in a very creature-light deck, Vendilion Click says, like, is the one click. Is the creature you kind of want.
Right.
Also, Everflowing Chalice would be a real pick too, just for like ramp's sake to get up to our earlier Jace. Like, I understand that Keranos is incredibly powerful, but I bet this card tables more than this. This card does not table. That's impossible.
Right. No, I was honestly like, I give it 2 more chances maybe before it's gone.
Right. Like, anybody who's picking a blue card out of here would pick it because it's better than Careful Study by a long shot.
Also, it basically cuts blue off in that pack. Hey, it's Sulfur Falls.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the...
Oh my god, the white.
Also, yo...
That is a Vildican Shackles. We don't need to play our own guys if we just take theirs.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Sulphur Falls is really good fixing, but Videlkin Shackles is a game plan, you know? Like,
We do have steam vents, which counts as an island.
right. There's a very low chance that Sulphur Falls makes it back around to us, I feel. And there's not a ton I actually care about in this pack. Like, as far as, like, tabling. I'm
Yeah.
also stunned that Elspeth is here. There's really 3 non-white players to my left. I don't believe that.
Right.
I don't believe that for a second. Like, Elspeth is still, in my mind, the best white planeswalker. Like, there's maybe some arguments to be made, but I don't think that there are planeswalkers better than Elspeth at Knight Errant.
I would agree with you.
Hmm.
All right, what do we got?
Ooh, Misium Mortars stands out to me.
That is actually, yeah, I really like that.
Like, Misium Mortars, Anger of the Gods, Stratus Dancer. Misium Mortars stands out to me as I'm making up for the Flame Slash I didn't pick.
Yes.
Also, like...
Also, it's a sweeper.
Right, also it's a sweeper late game.
There's also a Badlands in here.
For Nicol Bolas and Murderous Cut.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there's a pretty obvious. I don't need Bolas. I've got Ugin.
We're just gonna play Ugin and Bolas.
Yeah, I'm that greedy. I'm really happy with Bonfire in here because Bonfire with Jace is incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see a bit more blue for us. Oh, hello.
Hey, Electrolyze.
That's a card I can get behind every single time.
Yeah.
Looter Il Core is also a card I could get behind every single time.
Yeah, why is, like, everybody, like, before us not in white? Like, there's still a land tax in here.
Land tax goes weirdly late in the cube.
Really?
Yeah, it's something I've actually seen. Like, I always have that same reaction too, but at this point I've tempered it because it's like, oh, you know, I understand or something. Like,
That thing's freaking, like, white ramp, basically.
I know. Eternal Dragon is also one of my... This card is not... Why is it you eating the tail? You doing the Ouroboros thing? Anyway, Eternal Dragon is one of my favorite card advantage things because it's a very strange card advantage thing in a color that usually doesn't get it. Well, if I want to pick up the Black Splash, I could just grab that Temple.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I would say, looking at the rest of this pack, there is nothing else.
It's basically Cunning Spark Mage otherwise.
Right, like, grab a Temple, maybe Bolas.
Yeah, I like Temple. It's Scry as well, so...
Also, like literally, this is not a card for our deck.
Yeah.
What's our pod chain? I think it's Sack Thassa into Dungeon Geist into
I'm kind of trying to wonder, like, what our win con is.
We play the long game. We play control, but we have a very weird control deck because we have like a counter spell and some removal. So, you know, I don't actually know.
Our only thing that I see that like wins us the game is like Greater Gargadon.
Like Ugin will just win.
Okay.
Deep analysis is something we don't have. Card draw.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like we have selection. We have cantrip, draw, like selection. This is card draw. I mean, Jace is obviously card draw, but negate.
And now all the blues here, like Negate's still here.
Yeah, negate versus stagger shock, I guess, is the question here.
We don't really like we have stuff to deal with creatures like with Negate already, but we really don't have like a Planeswalker
answer.
Our
answer to planeswalkers is like burn them to the freaking ground, right? Like,
yeah, which is usually gonna be like a 2-for-1 every time.
Yeah. So let's grab that as a piece of interaction with our opponent, a way to do something.
We could grab the Wild Mongrel and the and the Summoning Trap.
I
would also like to point out the fact that Nicol Bolas got picked.
Yeah, Bolas is gone. Also, I think Keranos should be in either this pack or the next.
Yeah, probably.
I want to see, like, Flame Speaker isn't a card I think for our deck either. I think just another piece of removal is something I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't much care for it, but it's nice to have on board. Ooh, is that something I want to... Actually, no, Everflame Chalice is still here.
Yep.
That's something I plan on playing no matter what. Flame Speaker with Batterskull? Maybe that's...
Raw Gargadon. Do it.
Yeah. Anyway, if I wanted to... Pillar of Flame would be an upgrade on that Seal of Fire, but Everflame Chalice is like something I am happy to have.
Right.
We picked the card I can play.
Oh, also Sarkon's a win con. I just remembered we have that guy.
Yeah, we have a couple walkers. Mogises,
Picked
Marauder,
a random card.
Hammer. Hammer makes creatures.
Hey.
Yeah, I mentioned Keranos is gone. The thing with I had to make that bet because I think that Vendilion Click is more powerful. But
I do too.
I also kind of assumed that there was somebody else in blue-red, mostly based on the lack of fixing we were continuing to see.
That's true.
Like, we never saw Volcanic Island. So this is our fixing setup, and we have 28 cards in here, so we need to make some... We just need to make some cuts.
I don't think it'll be too terribly...
Immediately thinking active aggression is something I don't actually want.
That'll be like a really good side for
It could be, but it's just not like
something.
Yeah. Anyway, our top end, I think everything up here I want to keep. Yeah. Gargadon, Bonfire, Ugin, Upheaval. Those are all cards that can just flat win.
For a second, I was gonna say Thran Dynamo maybe, but with the Bonfire and the Ugin, we got to keep that in.
Yeah. Like, that lets us cast Ugin quite early.
Yeah.
This is not a card that fits our plan at all.
No. Just like looking at these cards, and I'm like, what do we do?
We are a deck that sits around, does a whole lot of nothing. Like, oh my god, look at how much nothing we have going on.
Yeah, we literally just have to like win with Batterskull and Gargadon.
I'm almost thinking, like, I don't want Young Pyromancer, but I'd want to be able to, I don't know, like, maybe have some sort of creature literally in play ever.
Right. I was kind of thinking that too, but I'm like, otherwise we don't have a creature until like turn 5.
Not only that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spells. We have a lot less spells. Is Thassa good as an enchantment? We have a Steam Vent, so we're playing the Arid Mesa. We can fetch a duel. Like, we absolutely fetch a duel. Is Thassa good as an enchantment? Now, that's an actual question.
What is Thassa's actual ability?
Okay, so 5/5, which is actually literally fake text because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of devotion. I'm sorry, 7, 8 in our entire deck. So, like, it's possible it's a 5/5 indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1, target creature becomes unblockable for 2.
I kind of want it there just for the Gargadon.
Yeah, that's actually the only card that makes me... Well, maybe Sarkhan. But that's like a... Again,
that's like one of our win cons.
I know. I'm aware that I keep wanting to cut our win cons because I don't want to cut the cards that...
do nothing.
Yeah, I don't want cards that just... I want all my cards to just kind of like flail around for a while, okay? We need 2 cuts. 2 cuts.
What does Electrolyze do again?
Deals 2 damage, split as you choose, draw a card, instant speed.
Okay, about that. I was first thinking maybe that because I thought it was 2 damage, but I forgot about the draw card.
Yeah, the draw card is the part that makes that card, like, super real.
Cut Chase. Maybe we should cut Thassa. If the rest of our deck is working, there shouldn't be anything else in the way for Gargadon anyway.
That's the hope. Thassa's big thing is, like, getting us away, like, around... Why would I cut Ugin before I cut Sarkhan? I would not do that. Like, if I'm cutting a walker, it's Sarkhan easily.
Well, what is all of Sarkhan's abilities again?
This is a 4/4 flying dragon with no text. I'm sorry. It's a 4/4 flying dragon that can once cast Flame Slash, no other text. That ult is nothing. Like,
Okay.
it is quite literally blank. This is a 4/4 flyer for 5. I'm honestly, I'm thinking this.
All right, we'll try that.
Like, we can win the game in enough ways. We have Shackles, we have Batterskull. I think we have enough win cons. We just need to not, like, stay alive.
Staying alive will be tough.
I know. Looks like blue wins this one by
A considerable amount. And honestly, I'm cool with it because of the shackles.
yeah. Basically, my way I'm cutting Sarkhan comes down to this. If Sarkhan was Storm the Storm Dragon, Stormbreath Dragon, I wouldn't even think twice about cutting Stormbreath Dragon. That card would have been cut like 6 years ago.
That's true.
And Sarkhan and Stormbreath Dragon are basically the same card. So, I think it's like 9 and 5 because like we only need 1 red ever.
Yeah, we really only do.
Yeah, like ever. I'm sure the Suggestortron will agree with me. Yeah!
Nice. And again, the more blue sources we have, the better Shackles is.
Planeswalkers would have Summoning Sickness. Zarkon specifically gains haste. New Gideon does not gain haste. Technically, all permanents have Summoning Sickness, but only creatures are affected by it. It's weird. Summoning Sickness is one of the oddest things in Magic, to be entirely honest.
They should really reword it.
Yeah.
Because you think, like, oh man, my artifact has so many sickness and it says tap. I can use it anyway, though, because I'm cool like that.
Starbreath Dragon can block. Yeah, I know. See, it's a very important distinction that like all permanents have Summoning Sickness in the sense of, like say you have Koth untaps a mountain and turns it into a 4/4. Well, if you untap a mountain that you played this turn, it doesn't give haste.
Right.
So like Koth untaps the mountain and then you feel like a fool. The new Awaken spells all grant haste, though, so they, like, bug fix for that. In a sense.
And some of those, like, haste kind of things, though, like, totally make like mistakes that would never happen in real Magic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nobody, like, actually keeps track. Like, you just, like, say, hey, I have 4 mountains. One of them has haste, or, like, doesn't have Summoning Sickness. You obviously tapped that one first.
Yeah. I have seen it come up in actual Magic where where a lot of people forgot about it. The actual card that comes up, and Nick Thermion has already mentioned it, is Rude Awakening. You know Rude Awakening, right?
Is that the one that makes a 1/1 every turn?
No. Rude Awakening is the Entwine card that makes all your lands 2/2s and untaps them.
Oh, okay.
So it's from Mirrodin proper.
Right.
But when the turn you play it and untap all your lands and make them into 2/2s, the land you played that turn can't attack.
Right.
I've seen multiple people like make that mistake where they think they can attack with the, you know. Yeah, Brave Sword has it there. It's less of a bug fix and more of a bookkeeping reduction in the Awakening granting haste.
Yeah.
Like, Awaken is one of the few mechanics in the set that I think they actually, like, spent some time on. Maybe not. I don't know. Like, Battle for Zendikar comes out on Magic Online on the 9th. And then after that weekend, it's like, it has drafts available, so.
I'm definitely going to be doing drafts of Battle for Zendikar. I honestly don't know how many. I don't know how I feel about this set yet, but I haven't played it, so.
Yeah, I'm. The sealed I played in was intriguing and kind of enlightening on what the strategies that seemed to work were, at least in sealed. I'm playing in a draft at the shop on Friday.
Okay.
How excited are you for the new Mulligan rule coming on Moto? I'm very happy about the new mulligan rule. It's something that is just kind of a flat improvement.
I honestly haven't even heard what they're changing.
When you mulligan after you keep your hand, if you don't have your opening 7, you get to scry 1.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you're on 6 or lower than your starting hand size, specifically is how it's worded.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yep, it'll.
Is that just on Magic Online, or is
that is implemented? That is in real ass Magic. You can do that now.
Wow, that was actually one of the places I used to play for EDH. That was just kind of like a house rule that we had.
Yeah, they tested a lot of like house rules, and, like that sort of thing. They wanted to find a way. Why does it say round begins in 2 minutes?
Well, you see,
Excuse
somebody
me?
might not be done.
Okay, what the hell? Anyway, I would like to play first.
Yeah, being able to confirm that you have like a land on top of your deck is like crucial on that.
I've got to use it twice at my pre-release. I scried it to the bottom both times because I kept a 4-lander on 6 and I scried the land to the bottom. And then I kept a 2-lander on 6 and kept the 3rd on top. Or no, I'm sorry. It was a like 5 cost on top, and I drew a land on the next turn. I'm going to keep this, by the way.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I haven't even.
I mean, yeah, we get to search out for our duel immediately.
Yep, and we have Electrolyze and Dungeon Geist as removal. Impulse is like a not a refill, but a.
We have a chalice that we don't need to use, so that we can probably put it on like 3.
We could just I'm honestly thinking about just putting it down on 1.
We can. They didn't do anything immediately, so Electrolyze is basically online.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about Chalice on 2, and if that's like me, if Chalice 2 is like a bit of... I think you're actually right. Chalice 2 is actually... I can impulse that end of turn here, so...
Right. I was just trying to get our best value out for that, because, we don't have Thran Dynamo in hand, we don't know when that's coming, so it'd be nice to have the ramp up to our higher stuff early.
Yeah, and it's not, like, the thing is, like, maybe Impulse finds me Jace that I wanted to cast, but also Impulse, like, I can't cast both at the same time.
Right.
So let's go Impulse. Impulse is going to find us something cool, I assume.
I would hope so. Better Skull?
Better Skull and Deep Analysis. These are all 4 very good cards here. Definitely not Bonfire, I think.
Right. Which is kind of unfortunate because we only had the 1 shuffle ability.
Yeah, I don't think we have any other way to shuffle that, so Bonfire is... So basically whatever we don't pick here is gone.
Right.
I'm between Batterskull and Deep Analysis. Like, I'm trying to determine what sort of game we're playing. Are we playing a control game where I need Deep Analysis to try to card advantage my opponent, or are we playing against a...
Actually, Deep Analysis probably is the... I don't know, man. They're both really solid. Deep Analysis gets us 4 cards.
I'm gonna trust that this is a control match and I want the card advantage.
Right.
Bonfire, Batterskull, Negate. So we
and
know...
Plus, as far as having dudes, we have a Dungeon Geist in hand.
Yeah, so no cast, we get Electrolyze here. And I'll just cast Chalice 2 next turn, I'm thinking.
Unless they play something sweet here, but yeah.
Right.
Or unless we drop Jace, in which case we'll just play Jace.
Right, that's the other...
Thanks, Captain. That's needed to be said. Needed to be said.
I mean, do you know how many cards have called that? I mean, how many players? That's pretty par for the course. Anyway, we want to multi-kick this twice.
Yep, sounds good. So that puts us on 7 mana next turn?
Yeah, unless our opponent spends a counterspell here.
Which I'm fine with. Doesn't really affect us that much.
Okay, opponent's using it to really heavily deck manipulate.
Yeah.
Like, this is quite, like, Scry, 2 cards on bottom, top, Marsh Flats. Like, our opponent's is digging pretty hard, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the top activation, which is going to be followed by a Marsh Flats activation if our opponent didn't find what they were looking for. Like, welcome to... like I said, our opponent has incredible amounts of card selection right now. So, like, they are going to find what they want. Okay.
Now they'll do the shuffle.
Yep, so they got their one card off of it, and now they want the shuffle, and they're going to cast, like, Geist or something. Compulsive research, targeting themselves. I mean, that's a good person to target with that.
Our opponent is just combo.
I've told the story many a time of my opponent with the ivory mask casting that.
And we just keep playing islands because we have 2 red sources, which is double what we need.
Alright, so let's target myself. Deep analysis.
Neither one of us have played creatures.
This is me getting owned by Days. Oh, no Days. Alright.
Young Pyromancer would be pretty solid to get out.
Yeah. Anyway, until I flashback that deep analysis, we're sitting here like this. Anyway, our opponent's still digging. Okay.
Well, I mean, we'd be digging too if we had the option. Well, we do. We're going to be flashbacking.
I specifically didn't play a land first because I wanted to make my opponent think I'm in a position where I'm weak, like, you know, missing land drops.
Right.
I really like fucking with my opponent's information, okay? That's literally one of my favorite things to do. I'm going to play Young Pyromancer here.
Yeah.
So Young
counter it, go for it.
Well, I'm also going to flashback deep analysis immediately, so...
Right. Sweet, so, we have a dude.
Choose target player, me, and I would like 2 cards, please, and a 1/1 elemental. Incinerate online.
This is a sweet turn.
Char here.
Ooh.
Alright.
I like that. Alright, so we have 3 kill spells if they play anything.
4 if Dungeon Geist is necessary too, so...
Right. I'm kind of wondering what their win con... Like, nobody drafted win cons.
Well, it can't be Revelark and Karmic Guide.
Got him.
Boom. I don't know. I feel like this is a good one threat to have, right?
Like
Plain cycling Eternal Dragon. So, wow! Look at that card selection.
Jesus.
Holy crap! Holy moly! And also he also has a suspended ancestral visions, by the way. Like, you know, just in case. And
just in case.
He also needs to top at the beginning of his upkeep because, you know, he really doesn't. My God, I am J-Bank 90, born in the year 1990. I am impressed at your power. Is this a wrath for my Young Pyromancer? This is a wrath for my Young Pyromancer. All right.
Well, at least it wasn't a wrath for anything other than that.
I'm getting that down.
I honestly don't even know what this thing does.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you can put a treasure counter on it. Sacrifice it, gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of treasure counters on it. Permanently.
Oh, works for me. So we just start getting that powered up before he plays his bomb?
Yeah, and then we can steal it. Of note, also, like... Alright, opponent's hand has a Hollowed Fountain and 3 other cards. Yeah. That's something worth noting. And opponent's gonna top. Because top all the time.
Top.
Kill this guy before he can do whatever the hell he's doing. That's probably a good idea. Ancestral Visions...
Like, we sat for a long time on a lot of our decisions, and because of that top, like, we're still, like, basically tied for time.
I know. I'm not too worried about time at all here. Alright, we can always yield to that. And yes.
Right.
I'm gonna play another mountain because I want to be able to cast all 3 of these if I need. We're just gonna... we're literally sitting here doing nothing.
we knew this was happening. 15 turns later, we'll be ready for Evercruel.
Oh shit, Delve. Oh my god, he's going straight for dig through time, yep. Card selection.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Our opponent can find any card they want at any time they want.
He's gonna get to the end of this game and be like, fuck, I forgot a win con.
Honestly, Entreat the Angels is the one I'm thinking is most likely here. Entreat the Angels would give our opponent 4/4 flyers at this very moment.
Like, I'm just wondering what like he can't have like he must have like only one or two win cons in his deck if he hasn't found anything yet.
That's a
Hey,
win
it's
con.
the Elspeth. I mean, dies pretty quick, but
Yeah.
because we're just gonna like electrolyze char it.
Yeah, I think that sounds correct. So, um, 1 and 1. Okay. Yes. And then I'm going to pass and untap before I char.
That's that's right for the best.
Yes. Ooh, upheaval. I'm paying some life quick. What do you got in
See what
hand?
it's got.
Yeah. Let's get a peek. Remand. Oh my god.
Look at all those.
Um.
Secure the waste is something to. All right, that's what we gotta save our upheaval for.
Huh.
The remand is annoying.
Whatever. It just means I have to double cast my char. Okay. Look
Yeah,
at
it's
that.
not even as
Also, laughing my head off at this.
right. So yeah, we just gotta char it twice.
Alright. So let's go. Char. Yes, I'd like to redirect to Elspeth.
And he knows that we saw his remand, so he's probably just gonna let it through. Yeah.
Alright, so here's the question. If I play Jace, Jace is going to Council's Judgmented.
Well, that was basically O ring.
Yeah, but it's a 3-mana sorcery, and it's not. There's no like get it back clause.
Okay.
So if I play Jace, like, it is sorcery speed brainstorm that's going to cost a removal spell out of my opponent.
I mean, we got to get rid of the removal spells at some point if we're ever gonna actually win.
Right. Because the other thing is, God,
Because we do that looking for Ugin.
hard to resolve, but very powerful if we do. I'm willing to bait out my opponent's removal spell here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna save Jace until we find a counter, because like that's what counter. Also, this is more important. Waste his remand.
I was honestly wondering if he might do that, and I'm perfectly fine with him doing that.
Yeah, that's something I actually wanted out of my opponent's hand, because upheaval's incredibly hard to resolve through a remand. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
here's the top. So Path to Exile, Journey to Nowhere, all these dead cards. Like he has just all this spot removal that just fails. So that's good.
So right, so
also,
our others are.
by the way, it's time.
It's time. So our other win cons of Gargadon and Batterskull, even Batterskull still does something, but Gargadon is basically useless.
I think Batterskull's quite good. Because we can just, like, if they go for a removal spell on it, we just bounce it to our hand and don't care.
Right. Well, even if we don't have the mana, it only gets rid of the dude. It doesn't even get rid of Batterskull.
Right. So, do we have more relevant cards out of my opponent? Perhaps...
Guys. Well, he just used his remand, so we know the rest of his cards in his hand.
Yeah,
we have an Incinerate.
I'd like to remind you of the first line of text on Geist of St. Traft.
That one doesn't matter. That's fine. All right. Well.
Yes, I'd like to put a counter on that. Hey, Dismiss, how you doing?
We could have used you yester turn. Actually, we wouldn't have had the mana for it.
That land was incorrect, I think. Yeah. Oh, I actually want to... Alright, so I'm going to do this.
Do the upheaval?
I'm thinking about the upheaval.
Otherwise, yeah, we're on like a 2-turn clock.
The problem with upheaval is he can play his make X creatures in response, or
Oh,
after it resolves.
right. Oh
Um,
yeah, I forgot that he has that. And we've got what 10 mana, so like we have enough for the dismiss as well. But he would just do it at end step, so we wouldn't be able to float the mana that long.
right. I could play Dungeon Geist as a blocker, but let me tell you how useful that's going to be. It's not. Um,
Hmm.
I think we just have to wait this one turn, like try casting Jace again.
I think we gotta try casting Jace again. Try to get something else before we do our upheaval.
Well, let's see if our opponent has an actual last counter spell.
No, they just do the Geist.
So let's.
Um.
Well, that's a kill spell for Geist, Saint Traft.
Yeah, that does just get in the way.
We just put the lands on top. This one's
Yeah.
pretty. All right.
You see, we could counter the 1/1s, but he would just wait until end step, and our mana wouldn't stay
Well,
floating for that. But his wouldn't either, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't be able to play Jace.
Right.
Like, then we'd upheaval and nothing would happen.
But we have the click now, so yeah, we can just block the Geist and stop that from killing us.
Heal Path in response and shuffle our deck for us, which is actually what I'm after here. That's literally this entire line of plays that my opponent shuffles our deck with Path to Exile.
So we can get the bonfire.
So this should be attacking Jace. It is.
And that'll bounce that, right?
Oh!
No, he just counterspells that.
Alright, counterspell proper is used. So
That's
good,
unfortunate.
so goodbye Jace. I don't have mana for Dismiss. I'm short one.
Yep.
Alright.
We're drawing land the next 2 turns. So we don't play land right now, because we're going to be upheavaling.
Yeah. My question is what are we trying to... Like, I don't know what we can even upheaval into because I can't blink first.
Right.
What happens if I upheaval? That Geist comes back down on turn 3. That's what happens if I upheaval, right?
Right.
How long is it until I find a way to actually kill Geist Saint Traft? Is that even possible with my current stuff?
You know, what do we even have that deals with that?
Mizium Mortars. Mizium Mortars.
Okay. Then we basically have to, because we're not going to live until we're going to find that.
I can activate Legacy's Allure at any time to steal the Angel for a split second if I need to.
Venser.
Venser! Okay.
Do we dismiss that?
No, I'm letting that through.
Okay.
Trust me on this one. I'm letting that one through.
Okay. And then we just use our floating mana to incinerate the Venser.
We can just steal it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, it doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, we steal it on combat so that he has to path it.
Effectively. I could play out that Dungeon Geist as well.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a terrible idea, because then we can just use the Legacy Lord to take the Angel to block with.
Well, the Angel comes in tap no matter what.
Oh, okay. I mean, it still wouldn't be a terrible idea to play the Geist, but
Well, if we play the Geist, it taps the Venser, and we can't... Unless I steal the Venser now. Nah, that seems kind of dumb, too.
Yeah. Did we get the scry from... Oh, that's not the scry land. Never mind.
I'm gonna try this. This seems incredibly stupid, but whatever. I have to steal first because Dungeon Geists needs me to...
Just gonna path it.
Nice, because it's under, you know...
His control, so we get the land.
Yep. Strong choice. Path is gone. Now I play Dungeon Geists. This gets Journey to Nowhere. And then next turn I need to resolve Upheaval.
He'll still have his tokens, but we still just need Mizium Mortars.
Right.
Regardless, we need Mizium Mortars, so Upheaval is just a stall tactic.
Effectively. What's our win con? NA.
Basically, it's Ugin.
Yeah. Ugin.
But
Man, jeez, Ugin would work here. You just Ugin for 3.
Yeah.
Alright, so Journey to Nowhere. Uh-huh.
By
the way, this is actually the true threat, by the way.
Oh, it'll come back in, yeah.
Our opponent doing that is, I'm gonna say, maybe a bit premature. Because now we're gonna get a 3-3. Yeah. Noting my clock does matter here, so... Alright.
Let's do it. It's Upheaval time. And yeah, he taps all of his land.
Yep.
And we have the Dismiss up to stop him.
Yep. So, pick up all your lands. Journey to Nowhere triggers.
Got it.
Steam Vents comes into play tapped here.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I don't care. Now my opponent, knowing that if they pass, they get nothing.
We'll play his thing for all of his mana? All of it?
Yep.
Alright, counter that shit. Draws more cards that we have to discard.
Yep. Alright.
It was totally a land, too. Alright, so we have a 3-3.
Yep. And it's going to get gone very quick here. Mountain, Shivan Reef. Alright.
We still have the Incinerate for some of his early stuff. We still basically need Mizium Mortars or... we basically need Mizium Mortars because we're not going to be able to get to the land enough for...
Yeah.
Ugin in time.
Thran Dynamo's coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Opponent has to discard from 15 cards! 9 left in deck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We only have 12.
Yeah, I know.
It's a long-ass game.
I know. Kinda nuts, ain't it? Hey, Ugin.
So, of course.
The big problem is the moment that Geist of Saint Traff comes down, I'm dead in 1 turn.
Yep.
Bonfire is 3rd from the bottom of my library.
Yup.
This is known.
Alright. The journey's back.
I needed to draw Videlkin Shackles there, actually. I disagree with that.
Yeah, that does not play Geist of Saint Traff.
Traff, yeah. That's actually not play Geist of Saint Traff, actually. So I need to draw Thran Dynamo now. Videlkin Shackles.
Okay.
So Vidalcan Shackles allows me to negate Geist of St. Traft's attacks a bit.
Okay.
I can steal a 4/4.
Yeah. So like, so it makes it so he only hits for 2.
Uh-huh.
That gives us an extra turn.
Uh-huh. Geist of St. Traft is known.
Yep. So 6 cards left in deck.
Thran Dynamo is known.
Oh my god.
So we play the Thran Dynamo. And this gives us enough mana to...
And we have next turn Ugin to get rid of the Geist.
Yep. And,
Oh
and the
my
Journey to
God.
Nowhere.
And the Journey. Holy shit. So he has to not have a counter.
No, he's got Council's Judgment, right?
Oh yeah, he still does have that.
I think we're dead then if he's still got Council's... I needed this one turn earlier. Damn! Council's Judgment, I think, is going to kill me. My opponent should be smart enough to just cast it on Vidalcan Shackles.
Yeah, looks like here it comes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? I vote for... Yeah, sure, that sounds fine. Yeah, that was the... I needed this Thran Dynamo one other...
Yep.
Away.
Damn.
Alright, let's begin the sideboard.
Well, I don't know what we do. That's a terrible plan. Because he's still, like, I know he'll probably decide it all out at this point, but he has, like, all the creature removal.
Force him to have it. We get fast.
We could try going that route. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't have anything for the first, like, 70 turns.
Yeah. Like, we get fast. We get rid of cards that don't do anything, like Firebolt. That still does things. Even Legacy's Allure.
Yeah, that didn't really... I mean, it might have done something once, but it didn't.
Right. Dungeon Geists.
Yeah, we really don't... I really hate cutting creatures, but yeah.
Well, it's not an aggressive creature, and there's nothing it'll ever tap.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I'm gonna bring in a mountain.
And I feel like he's gonna board out all of his removal.
Alright, let's play fast. Let's just do this. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do this. Start this off the same way.
Yep. I'm not bringing in Act to kill Geists, because there was never another target. Like, why would I bring in a Threaten against the person with literally no guys? Like, it just seems so... No, I don't want to pay 2 life. Okay.
Sarko? Alright, yeah. We get to impulse it in a turn?
Unless we need to negate, but... Let's see what our opponent's doing first.
If it's played top, kill it.
Okay, we can't negate that. Counterspell entered the revealed card zone.
Oh. I see. Batterskull?
Batterskull. And then probe land. I'm also gonna play the hammer.
Yeah.
Alright, all our creatures have haste.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm not boarding in a card that literally does nothing. Like, that's the entire point of me not bringing in that card. Like, All right.
So the question is, do we make 3/3s or do we want to get Sarkhan and Batterskull? I think we get those first and then we start making 3/3s.
Problem is, like, do we resolve anything?
Oh, we don't. Yeah, just make 3/3s.
Because I could try to resolve Sarkhan, but it's likely to get.
Oh, I mean, he revealed Counterspell.
Well, do we want to just start burning his counter spells then?
Could do that.
Like, I'm gonna try burning his counter spells. Though that's difficult to do against Ancestral Visions, I realize. But I can't just... Or maybe your opponent taps out for, like...
Something.
Yeah.
I would be happy with him tapping out for something.
We don't have 5 mana. We don't have 5 mana.
It looks like a land, but it's not.
It looks like a land, but we did not have the 5 to, like, play Sarkhan that turn.
Okay. Greatest Gargadon.
Anyway, let's burn a counterspell out of our opponent. If this was Koth, that would have been a whole different story.
Right.
So here's... Oh, good lord, that isn't even counterspell.
Sweet. Okay. I think we just start making 3/3s.
That's fair.
Because he has at least one other counter, which means we're not getting Batterskull through either.
Fair. Also, he's going to be drawing cards very quickly here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go golfing. I like golfing. That's not resolving.
Nope. Yeah, start making dudes.
Alright, so let's suspend and start going golfing.
Bonk.
Golfing!
Because if we start this early enough, even if he gets guys down, we're going to outrace him.
Yeah.
Let's see if he plays Elspeth here. He did not. Sweet.
I am aware Wrath of God is a card in my opponent's deck.
That's why we're probably only going to make like 2.
Thanks for showing my opponent I've got a miracle off the top of my deck game.
Right. I mean, we can try it here. It'll just burn a... Well, yeah, it'll burn a counter. And what else? We're going to start sacking our lands, so it's not going to do anything else later.
Well, we could Jace it back, but that's assuming we resolve Jace.
Right, which we're not.
Whatever. Burn a counterspell. Yeah, burn a counterspell.
Straight up counterspell. For bolt at his head?
Well, it killed his guy, but yeah. That's really good, because it actually means I might resolve Jace.
Right.
Anyway, this is the Ancestral Vision's turn, which is probably why he burned that counterspell, because he's going to have 9 cards in hand here. Burn a counterspell to counter a burn spell. Bonfire and Treat Terminus are the miracles in the cube.
Do nothing? That'd be cool with do nothing.
Yeah, same here.
Sweet. We have negate. And jar.
Mm-hmm. He gets to discard down. Okay. Suspend. I'm gonna play that on 1.
Okay.
I want to get some mana.
That's fair. And then do we make another 3/3? Because nothing else is going to resolve?
That does invite Wrath out of him.
It does.
Puts him on 7, though.
Which puts him in range of Char and Incinerate.
I'm just gonna attack for 3. I'm not gonna overcommit because I'm gonna leave him negate is really the thing.
That's fair, and Elspeth would be a sweet thing to get rid of.
Yeah.
That's something we
Venser.
cannot negate.
No, and that's going to bounce the golem, so we're going to sack it.
Eat it, our greatest Gargadon. Does suspend cast, or does it just come into play?
Casts.
Damn it.
We have negate, though.
Oh, true. I mean, that goes with if we actually live another 7 turns. Oh, you're gonna block with a 3/3.
Yeah. This is the other counter spell we have access to.
Just play batters, go fuck it.
Yeah.
Got something else?
Dig through time.
Wow, he doesn't have it?
Yeah, so dig through time.
That's gotta find him something, right?
Using way too much blue mana for that.
Right? He's got 1 blue left?
He shouldn't have used the Adarkar Waste there. I feel like the Plains was the better tap choice. Unless he remands me, but whatever. This has haste.
That resolved?
This has haste, by the way.
Yeah. How the hell did that resolve?
Our opponent doesn't have a lot of counters. Maybe he has a Path Exile? Condemn.
So?
Sack the token, because I don't care about the 4 life.
Yeah.
Because I care about the Gargadon more.
We still have Batterskull in play.
Yeah. Which probably isn't going to last. Like, that's a likely as hell O-ring or something target.
What do you got?
Riftwing Cloudskate. Bouncing the token again.
Eat it.
I'm just gonna keep removing time counters. Like,
Unless he was saving all of his counters for the Gargadon, but still. Then he probably wouldn't have dug. He would have just wouldn't have done it because he would have figured he would have got something with the dig.
yep. Anyway, counter off that. Thran Dynamo.
I think Jace is the... Jace will probably just die immediately. Well, it'll be a 4. Or, no, it'll be a 3. Never mind. That's a 0. We could Thran Dynamo and still keep Negate up. And that way, if he doesn't do anything, we could bounce Batterskull at end of turn.
So play the Thran Dynamo and then...
Yeah, and then just kind of wait for him to do things.
I kind of want to keep the pressure on my opponent here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Thran Dynamo.
Okay.
And then I'm going to...
Sack a land.
continue going golfing. Don't worry, you'll get to see it.
Get him.
Yeah, I know we gotta win quick.
We only got like 5 minutes left.
That's fine. I can play fast.
Sweet, he took it.
Okay.
Takes another one, we charm to death.
It's true. Also, Gargadon can just come down. That's ballsy, dude.
Wow. Yeah, you got it, dude. You can hit us for 3. You're playing blue-white. You do not have burn. Then he doesn't... Maybe we just win? I don't think we make another token, because... If he hasn't had counterspells for the last, like, couple of turns, that means he doesn't have 2, which means we can negate and char.
Let's murder our opponent. Okay.
Okay.
Let's murder our opponent!
Let's just kill him.
Alright, we have 5 minutes for the third game. What matters?
As much early aggression as possible.
Krenko's command?
It's that idea.
It just makes 2 1/1s.
Yeah, I like it.
What do we take out?
Probably, honestly, as much as I hate to say it, electrolyze.
That's burn. That's still burn to the face.
All right, that is burn to the face. Um,
I know we can't ultra aggro, but we're gonna have to try. Like,
we gotta try the ultra aggro. Honestly, if we're going for early aggression, then probably Sarkhan.
but Sarkon's like a 5-turn clock alone.
Yeah. Then I think we just leave it the way it is. Because otherwise, then at that point, we're cutting stuff like negate or dismiss, or
Probe, maybe?
we can cut the probe.
I'm gonna add in another mountain for the change.
Okay.
I'm keeping upheaval.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need that.
I'm just. That's a mulligan.
Yeah, we got them all that. Keep.
Wow, this sucks.
We have the impulse.
Wow, this sucks.
It's really bad, but
All right, hammer. All right.
we got hammer. Everything's fine. We just go golfing and everything will be K.
Mm-hmm.
And Char. All right, so we got our win cons.
Mm-hmm. Golfing.
Pay the 2 life. Get the impulse.
Jace.
Jace.
Golfing.
You have the counter?
If he has the counter, that's bad because golfing is one of our best ways to win. But
Mm-hmm.
we have to try it on turn 3. There's no way I can't attempt that. Counterspell proper. Okay, counterspell proper is good to see out of my opponent.
Yep.
That one's gone.
If that week kept that in play, I was honestly just going to suggest it every turn.
Yeah.
Just run him down.
So we're gonna use Jace to find ways to win this game.
Sounds like a plan. Still has a bunch of mana, which kind of sucks, but we need to go fast, so we play it anyway. How many more counter spells you get? He's looking for it, at least.
He's drawing a card.
Oh, he already had it on top.
It's fine.
That's more counters out of our opponent.
He kept a card on top. Weird. Whoa! He kept that on top of his deck? That's crazy. Can we draw Sarkhan now?
Oh man, that'd be sick.
Shackles is good too.
Yeah, okay. Makes it so he basically can't play guys.
Yeah. Plane cycling. Topping.
Fucking
Our
top,
opponent's going to
dude.
use their 8 minutes to their advantage.
Yeah, but they're going to use their 8 minutes before we use our 4.5.
Is this,
Elspeth?
Riftwing Cloudskate entered the exile zone. Okay. And then where is the always yield to Sensei's divining top option?
Right?
Remand is the only one left, yeah.
Okay.
Always yield to Riftwing Cloudskate. Is this the Geist? Elspeth.
Assuming +1, which is really unfortunate.
Um,
Oh, right. We just take it with shackles. And
thanks.
then char it.
Cancel.
This is owned by me now. Yeah, people.
Attack Elspeth.
Knight Errant. Tar the fuck out of it. Sweet. All right, we got him on an 18-turn clock.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than our infinity turn clock from before.
He gave us a 1/1.
That was a poor decision. I like having the negate.
Same.
18-turn clock. Oh god.
Fencer. X-Men.
Negate.
Uh-huh.
Sweet. He's got 2 cards left, which I'm really happy about.
Yep. So he gets a Riffling Cloudskate next turn.
Which is a 2/2, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so we'll be stealing that instead. Yeah.
Double block.
Alright, and then that's going to bounce the 1/1. No, that's going to bounce Shackles. Okay. Sure, because he gets the 1/1 back. Then we get attacked.
Separate his dude.
No, we're going to steal it.
Okay. We need the guy.
We need a win con, Mike.
We do need a win con. All right, you're right.
He's digging through time.
I want to dig through time.
Yeah. Buddy! Alright, there's the dig through time, which resets his top. Yeah, but this doesn't come to our side untapped. Yes. But yeah, that does have haste. Suspended creatures have haste. So this is a lot of me having to like play
Hey, that's a guy.
yeah.
We get to keep up with Incinerate. Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 mana for Velvican Shackles, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna steal Riftwing Cloudskate on my opponent's untap.
Pass.
Yeah, sure.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Give me a land and a shuffle, please.
Yeah, this is game 3
Yeah, this is game 3.
of round 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on for what, like an hour? Yeah.
A while. Council's Judgment. So, goodbye. Wow, we didn't even get to vote? Lame.
No vote.
Let's kill the flyer then. So we need a threat.
Yeah, we really do. Some research.
Draw more cards, okay. We need a threat pretty badly here. Mountain is not a threat.
Mountain is definitely not a threat. So he's only got, what, Remand left for counters?
Yeah. He's also running low on, like... I don't know, I think he's running pretty low on real cards.
I think so, too. He's played a lot of his good ones.
Augur Ebolas. Whiff. Geist of St. Traft.
Well, it's a guy. Do we just upheaval, then play him?
Yeah, why not?
Fucking top. We're wearing his clock down, too. Get in there. Alright.
The problem is that his 3/1 is going to be able to block this on time.
Right. Hey. That's a flame slash.
Yep. So if I need to draw a kill spell for that.
Right.
Remand to hand. Yikes.
That's unfortunate.
That's also not a kill
Really?
spell.
God.
This is a merfolk too, by the way, so whatever. I'm holding back.
What kill spells do we have left?
Electrolyze.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Geist
Here's
St.
the Geist.
Traft. Dismissed. So we have a counter up. So we can block and kill Geist of St. Traft.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
We're both on time pressure here. It's pretty great.
Yeah, we're definitely taking that trade.
Uh-huh. Come on in. Water's fine.
Water's dead. Alright, which means he probably has something, and but if he plays that, I doubt he has enough mana for the remand as well.
Yeah, I'm fine
Okay.
with Geist dying is really all
Yeah.
I care about. So, is this like a threat turn or what?
Okay. Do we just... I think we just get the Sarkhan down. He's probably going to remand it.
Yeah, this is a definite remand. But we have to do it.
Yep.
Elspeth's already dead.
Right. He's running out of things.
Right. He's running out of relevant cards at us. By the way, next turn is land, Thran Dynamo, Sarkhan, almost regardless of what my opponent does here.
Mm-hmm. A morph.
Interesting. So,
More counters?
Monoleak. Okay.
I haven't even seen that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know my opponent had that. Alright.
Well, that wasn't on Sarkhan. Let's see
Doesn't-
what his morph is.
It's probably like Hidden Dragon Slayer or something like that. Huh.
Okay. More Sarkhan. Do we just flame slash the morph? Or just... Really? God damn.
Oh my
I think
god.
that's game.
We're still not out of it because our opponent doesn't seem to have lethal at the moment, but unless this morph has power, which it probably does.
Right.
Exalted or Hidden Dragon Slayer is actually enough to kill us. So I'm guessing Hidden Dragon Slayer.
It has to, if it's anything.
Right.
Is it anything? It looks like it's something.
It's Stratus Dancer! Alright. Oh, nuts.
That sucks. That was basically the mirror match.
That was ridiculous. I needed 3 more turns to kill our opponent with Deep Analysis. It wasn't enough. I couldn't pay 3 life for that. But yeah, our opponent had... We literally had gone through every single threat in our opponent's deck there.
Right. Oh man. I can't. I'm trying to think back, and like there wasn't like any one thing that I can think of that we could have done differently.
This was really awesome, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've played something that resembled such a like legitimate control mirror, you know?
Right.
Like where we're both like. Honestly, that mana leak was the thing that all of a sudden came out. I thought we had countered our opponent off of every counter in their deck, right?
Yeah, we didn't see that in the first 2 games.
Yeah. Our opponent did not draft all the counter spells, and that's why we actually had a game. Our opponent only had counterspell, syncopate, or
Basically syncopate.
not syncopate, condescend. Well, hell, we can see most of the grave. And remand mana leak. That's it. That's not actually much, and like though, like it's supplemented by a bit of bounce and some other cards here.
I mean, Venser, I guess, is technically kind of. It's basically remand.
The only thing that I think could have been different, I don't actually know, because like if I had basically had I waited to pull the trigger on upheaval one turn.
Yeah, but then we would have just taken 6 to the face and been like at 8.
I know. Like the thought there though would have been that I would have had drawn the Sarkhan and I could have played Sarkhan following a upheaval.
Oh yeah, I suppose if we had done that, that would have.
But that assumes my opponent has literally no counterspell or anything like that in their hand at the time.
Which the next turn he got remand.
Yeah, so then we would have just died on board.
Right.
Oof. That was I am happy with that draft. That was crazy.
Yeah, even though we lost, it was still a ridiculous game.
Yeah, the hammer, we went golfing.
We went golfing and won.
Good God, I think the hammer would have been, if we could have actually gotten that through, would have just been the game, right? Like that card just alone, like just gets our opponent.
That's why he countered it.
Yeah, anyway, absolutely, it's almost midnight. I work tomorrow. It has nothing to do with everybody being worn out. It's almost midnight. I work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're we're good here.
And I need to go get more shiny Pokemon.
Oh boy, more shiny Pokemon. So thank you everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed the draft. I had a lot of fun with this one. It's something
that was sweet.
Like blue red again. Like it always seems to be this like straight weird something interesting, you know. So I'm happy with it. So
Definitely.
yeah, thanks Mike for joining.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks everybody in the zoo, and have a good night, everybody.